Hi, it's Kendall here. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're not new around here, what is up, home skillet biscuit, and how are you guys? I'm amazing. I'm in a great, wonderful, beautiful place. My skin is glowing, my edges are still intact, I have fake nails and a new wig, and I'm ready to galvanize. But today I'm just gonna sit and chat. That's what I usually do. So the season finale, right, of America, relief is an understatement. This year in particular has been greatly disturbing. I really feel like they jumped the shark this year. The last 4 seasons have been a lot, but this last season, wow. A pandemic, left the Paris Agreement. I nearly forgot World War III, the perpetual politicizing of Black people saying they'd like to live. Hesitation to openly denounce white supremacy. How could I forget that arc? On live television, no less. And now we're on a temper tantrum, voter fraud arc. And I'm tired. I thought we were done with this season, but apparently they're gonna etch out until January 20th. People who don't think that Orange is sus, they still exist. They're not going anywhere. So I'm gonna just slowly start saying A more and see if I can sneak in with the Canadians. I'm close enough. I'm in Michigan. I can go to Toronto. Windsor's right there. I could swim the river there. I forgot about that too. They nearly kidnapped my governor. Major character death. It's just been like, wow, for once in a very long time, I'm hoping that this is the beginning of some form of normalcy. Not that I'm gonna sit here and say that everything with the new season is gonna be, why am I speaking in code? I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna be in love with everything Biden does. That it could not be worse. It could not be worse. It could not be more divisive. I'm just gonna say the course, especially since the election has ended, it's been greatly disturbing, and I genuinely feel like until January 20th, this is gonna be the hardest part. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be the wow. So prepare for that. A lot of foolishness is going to ensue, and I'm gonna keep my black ass in my home. Pat McGrath has a new palette, and part of me wants to use this, but also a part of me realizes that if I use Pat McGrath, then I'm gonna people are gonna talk to me. Cause I'm going to buy tomatoes and I'm like, I don't really want to be in the grocery store with this on. Like, oh, I like your eyeshadow. Like, thanks, Jan. Like, I don't, people have asked me on Twitter, which I didn't realize it was such a common question that you guys have about like what I do after I do my makeup for videos. They're like, so where do you go? I don't go anywhere. I take it off. I go to bed. Like this like matte light pink color here. That's a pretty palette, by the way, isn't it? Oh, that's darker than I thought it was. Oh, wow. Again, when I wear makeup out in public, there's always like a conversation to be had. I mean, I didn't feel like that even before a pandemic. But especially since afterwards, like, you don't need to be that close to me to talk to me. I don't know why this is, but I've been getting like quite a few comments on like my other social media. I haven't seen you upload, and I don't know if that means that my videos aren't coming up for you or something. I don't know what's going on, because I have been, just not as frequently as before, but like I usually can push out at least a video a week, you know what I mean? But what's been interesting in the time that I'm away, I'm always somewhere. If I'm not on YouTube, I'm on Twitter, and if I'm not on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, and if I'm not on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. I'm somewhere on the internet, in the words of Evelyn from the internet. So I'm on the internet somewhere. And one of my favorite things to do in the last few days has been trolling on Twitter, because damn, I love it. With that said, if you notice that people are asking to see my boobs, don't be alarmed. It's for a cause. I basically went on Twitter and said, hey, if Georgia goes blue, I will shake my tits for the timeline. And now people expect me to shake my titty for the timeline. I'm not gonna do it. Or am I? No, I'm really not gonna do it. Or maybe I will. Am I gonna do it? No. But alas, I got what I wanted. I pulled my Doja, but I got what I wanted. But the thing is, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm an obnoxious, especially if I'm caffeinated, I am incredibly obnoxious on Twitter. I'm just constant. Don't have me on notifications unless you're prepared for that life. Because I always find it funny when people are like, Kendall, you just tweet so much, and it's just like, why do I have your notifications on? I was like, that's your fault. I didn't tell you to have me on notifications. But especially when it's a world event and or I'm caffeinated, oh, I'm going off. But one thing that came up in a live stream that I brought to Twitter, whether or not the lead singer of Nickelback was hot. And I must bring this here as well because I must defend myself. Screw y'all, that's my defense. He was never hot. He looked like Nicolas Cage. He looked like he had overcooked ramen noodles on his head. All of that aside, the main guy from Nickelback was hot, and it was partially because of his voice. Maybe that was also it. And since then, I've been listening to a bunch of Nickelback. They made some bops. I miss you so much that I beg you to fly here and see me. You must have broke down cause you finally said that you would. Now that you're here, I just feel like I'm constantly dreaming. Cause something's gotta go wrong, cause I'm feeling way too damn good. Two of us should probably start to fight, cause something's gotta go wrong, cause I'm feeling way too damn good. Oh, oh. Say it for me, say it to me, and I leave this life behind me. Look at this graph. I didn't like Photograph though, in all fairness. Nickelback was a sexual awakening for me. It's when I realized a lot of things about myself. I like a voice. That has not changed. I like forearms. That too has not changed. And I remember distinctly figure you out the line, I like my hands around your neck. So here I am, conflicted, you know? This music is still banging. He does look like Nicolas Cage. Why was it so cool to not like Nickelback? I remember that being a kid, like people were like, you like Nickelback? Ugh! It's like, they make some bops. What are you talking about? Yes, his voice kind of sounds like his vocal cords are going through a meat grinder, but I'm into that. Speaking of nice voices, I'm gonna start my not safe for work ASMR career. I've also talked about this on Twitter, where I'm gonna just like slather things in butter on mic and see what happens. But since the whole titty thing on Twitter, I have gotten various requests of other things I could do for an OnlyFans. And one person was like, you should just squish things with your thighs and charge people for it, which admittedly I did consider. I could just buy like various soft fruits and vegetables and just squish them, and then the weirdos would give me at least $7 a month to look at that. But then I didn't feel like having to explain to people like, what do you do? Because Lord knows I'd be banking. Do I need YouTube anymore at that point? Like I'm over here like, yep, I squish fruit for the internet with my legs. And I love the way you can't say no to many. That song was about cocaine. I love the way you can't say no to many long lines in a row. I love the powder on your nose. I was just singing the hell out of that song at like 9 years old. Like, yeah, I love the powder on your nose. I thought they meant makeup. I won't put lashes on. Hopefully that'll like diminish it a little bit. That eyeshadow is so pretty. Thanks, Jill. And it's not that I don't appreciate the compliment. It's just like, I'm here for tomatoes. Oh my God, I almost forgot. Okay, so I think, was that my last video or the video before that? I was like, oh, we reached 500K, right? If you don't follow me, or if you haven't heard me say this, I suppose, or maybe watch some of my other Get Ready With Me's, I have talked about this quite a bit. One of my character flaws is certainly that I am a perfectionist, and one of the results of being a perfectionist is that nothing matters. Nothing's good enough, nothing was adequate. If you did a quote unquote good job, you get no joy in it because we're on to the next thing. It's just the ceaseless feeling of being inadequate. That wasn't supposed to be dark. It's supposed to like lead into my next point. One of the things that I wanted to do is do like an affirmation to myself when I reached 500K. Because I was like, okay, Kendall, enjoy a milestone for once. Because I don't know if I ever said this, but I think the first time I reached 100,000, I literally got so depressed. I got so depressed. I was like rushing towards this 100,000, and then I was like, okay, now what? And it's because you don't sit there and smell the roses. So I wanted to congratulate myself in a way that is very substantial, in my opinion. Expensive, honestly, to be honest with you. It was very expensive. At first, I was like, should I get like a designer bag or something? And then I realized I don't care about bags. Should I get me like some designer shoes? Like, no. And also I don't really like supporting designer people anyway, because they're just like, you know, historically racist and a lot of other ists and isms, and I don't think I want to give you my money. So I'm sitting here like, okay, what's something that I want to do that makes me feel good and doesn't, and it isn't just me spending a bunch of money just to say, congratulations, Kendall, you spent a bunch of money. I want something that feels like a gift. You know what I mean? And the problem is I'm a crappy gift giver to everyone, including myself. So I really sat there and then I realized, Kendall, you want an art piece. You want like a legitimate, something that speaks to you and your person. That is where I realized I'm gonna buy a neon work, like a genuine neon work from one of my favorite artists, and her name is Kate Hush. I discovered Kate a while back, actually. What happened was I was looking up, you know, this kind of femme fatale neon light aesthetics for when I was making my last EP, and I ended up doing like a little video, used a bunch of gifs of her work, and also I was like, the art is by Kate Hush and she makes amazing work.
Better hold tight, can you keep it? Rev it up, take control. Twiddle your thumbs with somebody else. Now you look dumb enough to think there's nobody else. Forever.
I've always wanted one of her pieces, and so I was like, yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna, is this happening? It's happening. I'm gonna buy. I knew it was gonna be expensive, because you know it's gonna be expensive when you go on someone's website and they don't have a price. There's no price. It's like email for information. I was like, gosh, damn, this is gonna be a nice little chunk, bro. So like I email her, go back and forth. She tells me pricing and delivery and installation. They had to like have a guy come in from New York, that long ass drive, to just install my piece, and it's just did a great thing. I could cry right now, like literally, I felt so good looking at it, you know? I felt so accomplished looking at it, which is a feeling I don't feel very often. Usually I don't sit there and be like, wow, I did that. You know what I mean? It was just like I was able to get this, and it brings me so much joy. I love it so much. It's so beautiful. I decided to put it in my bedroom, and the neon lights are red and blue, so it makes my room look a little bit slutty on purpose, you know, for the aesthetic. And I'm a fan. It's such an affirmation. Every time I walk in there, for the last few days, every day I walk in there, I'm just like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's an art piece, so I contacted the artist. It's not like on a website or anything. It's a very fragile piece, so that's why they had to have someone drive it in. Because at first I was so confused. I was like, what, we need to have someone drive from New York? It seems like a lot of trouble. And she was like, yes, they need to drive in from New York because it'll break. Oh, and it's just, I love it so much. I'm using the new cushion foundation from M Cosmetics. For those of you that don't know, on Instagram, I'm a ambassador, which means that I like show off their new products on Instagram. I'm in no way contractually obligated to talk about this on my YouTube channel, for instance. Like if I talk about it here, it's because I want to. I don't need to. Heyo, this a good ass cushion. If you've noticed over time, I've kind of slowly stopped using cushion foundations because all of the ones that I love have been getting discontinued. That's fun. I love that for me. Melanated, toasty and whatnot, caramel skin. They don't have my color. And so when M was like, yeah, we're coming out with a cushion, I was like, are you? Interesting. If you make a good one, because my favorite one, the Sarwasu one, got discontinued in my shade. I went to Korea and couldn't find it there. And I was just like, wow, y'all suck. All these Thai people, all these Indian people, and you don't have like a slightly dark cushion? What's going on? Girl, she's cute. The color I'm using is Warm Dusk. One shade darker. This is the second to darkest. And it's just so pretty. Also, I like the puff. Like, it can go under my eyes and stuff. I'm a fan. But this isn't a review video, but people were asking me, and I do like it. I've been using it quite a bit. Someone's gonna ask about my nails. And I'm happy to oblige. These are from House of Kenzie. This is actually my best friend Kyrie's little sister's company. But if if you want to check those out, that'll be down in the description box. Also my hair, I feel like people always ask me about my hair and I usually forget to say something because I don't know what wig it is because I've had it for too long. This is a new one though. I didn't even sing the song. Got a new wig, so how can you tell, because it looks like all my other ones. It doesn't actually. This one's actually really cute. I was wearing it in the last video too. I just curled it, but this is like the natural like wavy texture. She's cute. And your girl glues her wigs down now. This is my hair. Tell me otherwise. You pull this hair and my brain is coming with it. If you're curious, there's a link down in the description box. It's not sponsored. Not sponsored. But they did send me the wig for free. What a way to end the video. If you like this video, be sure to like this video. Follow me on all my social media, Instagram and Twitter, and probably on another website that you didn't even know I would be. All of which are KennieJD. And I will see you guys later. I guess I'll change my sweatshirt. I might have to change my sweatshirt. Do I want to start a brawl with half of the mire? Bye.